Hey guys, welcome to our next Ukulele for You lesson. My name is Bretton, I use he, him pronouns, and I am the Young Adult Services Librarian at the Boyle County Public Library. Today we're going to review the things that we've learned in our previous lessons. We're going to try different chord progressions between the chords that we know, and we're going to learn a new song or two. So let's get right into it. Our ukulele is a stringed instrument, and it has 4 strings, and they are tuned to the notes G, C, E, A. George Clooney eats apples. And at the beginning of every time we play, we need to tune. So let's go ahead and tune our instrument. Alright, let's go over the parts of the instrument real quick. So we have the headstock. We have the tuning pegs on either side of the headstock. We have the 4 strings that run down the neck of the instrument. We have the nut and the frets here, the fretboard, the sound hole, the body, the saddle, and the bridge. When we play, if we are right-handed, the neck goes in the left hand, and we strum with the right hand. There are 2 ways to strum. You can strum with a pick, like this, or you can strum with just your hand. And let's go over the chords that we know. The first chord that we know is C, and that's played with our 3rd finger on the 1st string, 3rd fret. So let's play a few C chords. Okay, the next chord that we learned is F, and F is going to be on the 2nd string, 1st fret, and our 2nd finger is on the 4th string, 2nd fret. Okay, and G7, our 1st finger is actually going to stay where it is. This is our anchor note between F and G7, which we'll get into a little bit later. But our 1st finger is going to be on the 2nd string, 1st fret. Our 2nd finger is on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. And our 3rd finger is on the 1st string, 2nd fret. And it sounds like that. The first thing that I want to do is some exercises of going in between different chords. So the first set that I want to try is between C and F. Remember, C is here and F is here. So let's do 4 beats on C, rest for 4 beats, and then do 4 beats on F. And we'll do that back and forth for a few bars. My metronome is set at 80. Alright, get that toe tapping. Tap, 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 tap. Alright, so we're going to start on C. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest to F here. Back to C, go. Rest to, going to F. Back to C, here we go. Let's go to F. Back to C. Back to F. Last time on C. And stop. That was great. Good job. Now what I want to do is go from C to our G7 chord that we learned last week. And so our G7 chord, the first finger is on the second string 1st fret, second finger is on 3rd string 2nd fret, third finger is on 1st string 2nd fret. Last week we learned that the ring finger only has to make a small movement between C and G7. Remember that? Here at C, he's resting on the 3rd fret. And for G7, all you have to do is slide down 1 fret and then place your other 2 fingers. Okay? So let's do 4 beats on C. And then slide that finger down to do G7. And then slide it back up for C. Slide down for G7. Slide up for C. Okay, let's turn on the metronome and do that combination. Since this combination is relatively new, we're going to bring it back down to 70 beats per minute for this exercise. All right, get that toe tapping. Tap, 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 tap. All right, so we're going to start on C and then slide down to G7 and then back up to C. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest to G7. Rest to C. Rest to G7. Rest to C. Rest to G7. Rest to C. Rest to G7. Last time on C here. And stop. Good job! That was awesome! Alright guys, so the next chord progression that I want us to look at is going from F to G7. And as you'll remember for F, our first finger is going to be on the 2nd string 1st fret, and our second finger is on the 4th string 2nd fret. Now, when we transition from F to G7, as I mentioned before, our first finger doesn't move. You don't have to lift it. You can just leave it where it is. And this is our anchor note. So when we're here at F, our second finger is up on the 4th string. When we move to G7, our second finger just goes down a string, and we add our 3rd finger underneath. Right here on the 2nd fret for G7. So again, when we're here on F, our first finger is on the 2nd string 1st fret, our second finger is on the 4th string 2nd fret. When we move down to G7, our first finger stays still. It doesn't move. Our second finger goes down a string, and we add our 3rd finger underneath on that 2nd fret. So what I want us to do is try playing F. Just strum F a little bit. And then move to G7. And then back to F. G7. And remember, our first finger doesn't have to move. It just stays still. So F again. And then G7. Now what I want us to do is to try going back and forth between G7 and F with our metronome. Get that toe tapping. Tap, tap, tap. We're going to start on F. So get into position. Just doing downbeats. So what we're going to do, 4 beats on F, take 4 beats off, then 4 beats on G7, 4 beats off, then back to F. We're just going to go back and forth. All right, going to start on F. 1, 2, ready, strum. Rest down to G7 here. Rest back to F here. Going to G7. Rest back to F. Resting back to G7. Back to F. G7. Back to F. Here's our last time on G7. And now, for fun, let's go up to C. And stop. All right. How did that feel? You feel good about that? I love that there's the anchor note that helps the transition so much. All right, so we're going to learn a song at this point, and our song today is called This Old Man, and the chords that we're going to use today are C and G7. So let's practice going back and forth between G and 7 real quick. So here's C. And then G7. Remember, when we're going from C to G7, our ring finger is almost like an anchor note. It doesn't stay, but it only moves a little bit. So for this song, let's look at the lyrics. It goes, this old man, he played one, and then it moves to G7. He played knick-knack on my thumb. Then back to C. With a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. G7, C. So, I'll sing that one for you. Just the first verse and the chorus there. This old man, he played one. He played knick-knack on my thumb. With a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. All right, so let's get our metronome going and see if we can sing a few verses of this song. All right, get that toe tapping. Tap, 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 tap. We're going to start at the beginning here with the C. 1, 2, ready, play. This old man, he played one. He played knick-knack on my thumb. With a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. This old man, he played two. He played knick-knack on my shoe. With a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. This old man, He played three. He played knick-knack on my knee with the knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. Awesome job, guys. That was great. Alright guys, that is everything that I have for this lesson on Ukulele for You. Keep practicing, make sure you practice with a metronome, with good posture, and we'll see you at the next lesson. Bye.